Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Cousin
Connection Podcast.
I feel like we need like an applause, like a studio audience.
Post editing or whatever they call it.
Okay. So this week I have a bunch of topics that I did not share with Amir. So we're really just gonna have an organic conversation.
I'm not gonna look at whatever you have written down.
You were low-key looking. I saw you.
No, I can't read it from here. You know. Well, I can, but like I'm not.
Alright, fine. Okay. So Okay, I'll bring up this one because honestly, I noticed it while I was looking at the final edit of last week's episode.
Yeah.
It was so random, but like you mentioned the share. Oh, you know what? It wasn't even. I wasn't watching the final edit. I was watching our previous TikToks.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning the one of your funniest memories of us was that time we were in the hotel, and the way you said Sheraton.
Oh yeah. Why? What did I? How did I say Sheraton?
You said like Sheridan or something, and then after that I stopped because I was like, "Whoa, I've never recognized that hotel name other than like the way our parents say it."
How are you supposed to say it?
No, like you know how our parents pronounce it.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine
Sheraton?
that?
I knew immediately, so I just clipped the mic with that.
So I wrote, like, do we have certain words that we pronounce with an accent because of our parents?
Vaseline. Immediately, first one.
It's so weird to say Vaseline. How do you actually say it? Is it Vaseline or is it
Vaseline?
or Vaseline?
I feel like you put it like a southern accent. Try to say
Vaseline.
Yeah. Vaseline. It's so
is
weird.
It Vaseline?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's Vaseline, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Or like anyone who walks to a house would be so confused when your parents are asking, "Where's the battery?" And if anyone knows, the battery does not mean like an actual battery. It means a flashlight, and it makes no sense.
Why do they call it a battery? Is it because it works?
Because they're all powered by batteries, but then again, everything is powered by a battery. So it makes no sense.
Like sometimes it doesn't.
Are you crying?
I'm still laughing at this shit.
Oh, because of how it's like ingrained in our brain, or Birchmount is Bridgemount.
Or even like Douse.
Oh yeah, Dawes Road. Who's Dawes?
Road. The first time I heard that, I was like, Dawes?
Yeah.
Is that what it actually is?
Well, it's already getting hot in here.
I'm sweating, but I'm also crying. I figured we should start off with a funnier topic today. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other like words. I can't think of any other words. I was like, what happened? Words that we pronounce. I know that you and Gizman used to always say like etch.
Etch?
Yeah.
Well, like I feel like we said that ironically. I don't know. Or actually, maybe we did start it initially like that.
Yeah, you guys used to say etch, and I was like, guys, it's H. And you'd be like, no, etch.
Yeah, that's like how I mentioned that story back in the day where like the teacher fixed how I said Z or Z.
Oh, did you say Z?
Yeah, I used to say Z.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like our parents probably said Z, even though like technically it's supposed to be Z in Canada. Okay. All Americans listening to this are be like, "What? It is Z. What are you talking about?"
Am I imagining this? Did we used to say Z and then they changed it randomly to Z, or was it always Z?
I think it was always Z.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I have this like memory of like
us saying Z before.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, the alphabet changed or something, like the pronunciation.
No, it was definitely our teachers just fixing us.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Our parents definitely like.
Hi.
We had an accent like Gizman or Aisha. Aisha had the thickest.
Bruh, she had the fog accent. Yeah, but like why?
I don't, because she like. I think by the time she was growing up, our parents were more like at home, or our mom. Maybe my mom was more at home. Like, I don't know. I feel like that was the experiment, and then Gizman got like the a little bit more like time.
But you didn't have a fallback, or I don't know. Maybe you
actually I did have. I had a little bit of one, but I had more of a lisp, so kind of like threw it off a little bit.
Oh,
yeah, we were really messed up.
She straight up had a fallback.
Yeah, like straight. Like if she told you that she was born in Ethiopia, you'd believe her.
Yeah,
yeah, and like we even knew the language. Oh, well, we didn't know Amharic, but we knew like. I feel like I knew more Gaysanan, which is our back home's language. Mm-hmm. Than I did when I was a kid than I do now. But it's because like you don't really speak it as much now, right?
Yeah, I think that our parents They tried to teach us more when we were younger, and we understood it like
Yeah.
Half the time we got cussed out in Gaysinan, so
Hmm.
we definitely understood it.
Yeah, and I hope I'm not I hope, but like I'm just more or like I did hope that our parents taught us more Amharic when we were growing up, though. Even though like Harari is our language, but I feel like in the future, like if you wanted to go to Ethiopia yourself, knowing Amharic would be like such a plus.
And
you guys know it, don't you? Yeah, you picked up a lot of it.
You know what it is? Every time that I've gone back,
Mm-hmm.
I really tried to like learn a couple words here and there, like commonly used phrases. Our parents watch
Amharic movies,
all the time. Y'all know Betoch.
Exactly. If you accidentally leave your account logged in on your TV,
oh my God,
just get ready for all your recommendations to be messed up.
If I open up my YouTube, you're gonna laugh so hard.
It's not
even in English.
Movies. Yeah, exactly. You don't understand half the characters in there.
Yeah, so I mean, I wish I spoke Amharic more fluently. I kind of know like a couple things here and there, but maybe
I'm like literally I don't even know how to say hi or bye in Amharic. That's how bad it is. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
I got you.
By the way, we're if you guys don't see a couple episodes come out, or if they're a little bit different for the next couple weeks, it's because we're not going to be here.
Yeah, we're going somewhere, but we'll let you guys wait until we tell you.
Are we not going to tell them?
No, we'll tell them.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to tell them. You know,
I mean, we could tell them when we get there.
Okay, we'll get them. There. Okay. Oh, is that one of your topics?
Actually, no. I was going to just let that be a surprise.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so this next one is something that I'm very passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like TikTok or Instagram has ruined our attention span?
I don't think it's personally, but I think it's because I don't think TikTok has added to it because I already have a very short attention span. Yeah, I kind of went the opposite way. I was going there, but yeah. I have multiple monitors on my computer.
True.
And I can have like multiple things going on at the same time, and I'll be paying attention to multiple things at the same time. So like I already have an attention span that's like super just out of whack. Well, I'll literally be watching a video. I'll get through maybe like a third of it, and then I'll have another tab open where I'll continue watching another video. I won't finish that one. I'll go to another video, start watching that one. I'll open up a Disney Plus tab and a Netflix tab, open things on there, and I'll have like 7 different tabs open of different videos or whatever I was doing.
Why?
While editing.
But like, how do you retain any of that information?
I don't know. I just like, I watch it piece by piece because my attention span is so bad that I can't even watch a full video by itself. I'll have to like be doing something else, or I'll have to cut away from it and watch something else at the same time. And then I'll come back to it.
Really?
Yeah. Like unless it's super, super interesting, like something like someone is going on like explaining something that I'm really interested in, then I can really pay attention. But if it's just something I want to play in the background or something I just want to like watch while I'm eating, I'll probably put that on. And if I'm watching while I'm eating, I'll like watch that video for as long as it takes me to finish my food, which is usually like 30 seconds because I have a vacuum when it comes to my food, and then I'll move on to another video and come back to it later.
Dang, because I was gonna say like I was expecting your answer to be the other way.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
So I was gonna ask you like, how do you feel like? How do you think that has impacted or will impact us at work, or those of you who are still in school, like, and you feel like, you know, TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever videos has ruined your attention span, especially because, I mean, we don't necessarily have to watch that many videos at school. Maybe they've changed things now. I don't know. But in terms of reading, like...
reading is completely different. Like that was something that was weird that I picked up reading of all things, because that one requires your full attention. Yeah. But even for that, remember, I made sure that I was only reading it for a certain amount of time a day. Yeah. And even now, like, because I was only reading almost exclusively while I was walking, in the winter, I can't really do it as much. Yeah. So I haven't been able to read as much as I want to. Because even last winter, even though when I was reading last winter, it wasn't as bad as this winter, where like you literally can't walk the streets and like you have to really be paying attention. At least it was somewhat clear on the road so I could read my book. But this winter I haven't been able to read as much, but it's because I haven't had that exact allotted time to be able to read it.
So because you know that you only have, say, I don't know, 30 minutes out of your day to read, like you will be able to focus for that 30 minutes.
Exactly. And I will make sure it's only 30 minutes. If it's anything more than that, sometimes I'll like watch the clock and be like, okay, it's 3:30. By 4 o'clock, if I'll be finished, whatever page I'm on, wherever I am, I will stop at that moment because I'm like super rigid about it. Because if I don't, then I'm just gonna end up resenting it in a way and just stop doing it.
Yeah, but what if you're just like in the middle of something really good in the book? You're not going to finish that page or that chapter?
The furthest I'll go is read to the end of the page.
Dang.
Yeah.
You want to schedule.
Yeah.
Just saying. Our last TikTok that we posted, a lot of them were really coming at Amir, saying that he's giving off very much like Libra energy.
Yeah.
I see it now. I read up on it because I didn't know.
Why are Libras like apparently
they
awkward?
They want to really be in control of their situation.
Yeah. Yeah, that is me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for me, like, I would say that it has kind of impacted, because like it kind of has impacted my attention span only because I think before TikToks used to only be 30 seconds or a minute. I think a minute, right?
Yeah, the longest they would go was a minute.
And then now they have like the 3-minute feature and the 5-minute feature.
They have a 5-minute feature?
Yeah. And like, I don't think I could sit through a whole 5-minute TikTok.
Yeah.
Hell no. Like, and it's crazy because we used to both watch YouTube so like all the time. Yeah. And I used to watch these like 20-minute videos like it was nothing, no big deal, you know? And now at the thought of doing that, I'm like skipping through most of the time. Yeah.
Well, that skip feature really saved a lot of TikToks. Like if you didn't have that skip feature, especially if you accidentally scroll away from it and it's like a 3-minute video and you're really interested in what's going on, you're not going to go back if you don't have that skip feature, right?
I know. That's so true.
And it's so bad that even for the ones that don't have the skip feature, because I think it's like if it's under a minute, you can't skip or something like that.
Oh, is that what it is? Seconds. I noticed that for some I can't skip.
Yeah, I think it's under a certain amount of time you can't skip. So for those ones, if I'm like halfway through it and I lose it, I'm not going back. I'm just going to keep going forward.
That makes sense of why that 7-second TikTok clip is so viral, because you can't skip it. And if they put a long text, you can't read something that fast. Yeah. So you're just going to let it loop until you finish.
Exactly.
Yo, genius. Whoever thought of that is actually a
That's
genius.
why there was that whole trend at one point where people would like put in like some flashy title like, oh, you won't believe what my boyfriend or girlfriend did. And they have like a picture of it. But they'll only put that picture on for a split second at the end of the video.
Oh, and then make that the thumbnail.
Yeah. No, they won't even make it the thumbnail. They'll make it to that. The only way you'll be able to see is if you pause exactly.
Oh, I've seen those.
You've seen those, right?
Yeah.
You make exactly when it is.
Yeah.
So they'll be racking up views because people will constantly be watching it and just trying to pause it.
And as they try to pause, they just like the video.
Exactly. They like
it.
Yeah.
We should do that. No, just kidding.
Yeah, this trend is done at this point. Or the meta, whatever they call it.
Okay, we did the pronouncing certain words. All right, this one was the TikTok you sent me, actually.
Wait, but we haven't finished the note on the impacting your ability to focus.
Oh, right.
And like what it will lead to.
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing is that YouTube originally, or not originally, but they started focusing more on watch time as like a measure for who they would be recommending, because they wanted people to be on their platform for longer. And then because of the rise of, and they like trained all their YouTubers to be able to make videos, so watch time would be high. But because of the rise of the rise of TikTok, they almost did like a 180 and they introduced the shorts.
Yes.
And those are really starting to become big because they're trying to capitalize on that as well. So it's kind of like they're splitting. Yeah, apparently they're really big. Yeah.
Oh.
So they're starting to like almost they're kind of going against what they originally would reward with the longer videos by going with these shorts, and they kind of split the base now, because now I've noticed a lot of YouTubers I used to follow back in the day, like I don't watch them as much, but they're posting a lot more shorts now because they realize they do a lot better than their longer videos, because their fan base has kind of dwindled down, or the attention span has gone away, which happens with a lot of YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So, but because shorts are shared to everyone, not just their subscribers, it's more lucrative for them. So they just do that instead. That's
interesting. I've noticed shorts, but I never really understood the purpose of them.
It's the exact same thing as Reels on Instagram. Yeah. They're all kind of capitalizing on the whole TikTok trend going right now.
But I feel like, especially for the younger audiences, like I know there were some videos I've seen on why you shouldn't let your child watch like Coco Melon, for example.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that, no? Or maybe I mentioned that like outside of the podcast, but
I think so. But like
I think we probably got the same TikTok.
Yeah. I think we talked about it like
Yeah.
outside. I don't remember talking about it on the podcast, but I've watched it with like my nephew, and first of all, the bright colors are very captivating.
Yeah.
But the fact that like the scene cuts every couple of seconds is like,
it's training them. It's training their attention span to like not be able to pay attention for more than just a few seconds.
Yeah, I know. And it's not it's actually not that good, and it made me think of like, for example, when we watched oh my god, what is it called?
The Grave of the Fireflies.
The scenes
Grave of the Fireflies. God damn.
the scenes, they would last for like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like as I was watching it, like, all right, we get the point, like speed it up.
Yeah.
And it made me realize like, oh my god, I'm so used to watching things that go boom, 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 like in a sequence. So
yeah, so definitely a lost art form. There are still a lot of people who kind of stick with that art form, but they're not that popular, right? Because people don't like pay attention, or they don't like waiting for the payoff, essentially. Because that's all it is, right? Like when they extend it out, you're waiting for a payoff, but people are like, I want that payoff now. I want them endorphins now.
That's where binge culture comes in, when you're binge watching it. Oh my god.
Yeah, and the alternative, and there are when you're speaking about the Coco Melon, there are alternative channels now. Yeah. Which like actually try and teach the kids something. Right. Because if you watch like a few videos of Coco Melon or something, they're not really teaching them much in those videos. More of like
you learn songs.
But it's not really a story that's captive. It's not like, I feel like it's not made it's like candy versus like vegetables, if that makes sense. Like Coco Melon is like the candy for the kid, and like these more educational videos, like our PBS videos back in the day, are like the vegetables, like this stuff where you get the real nutrition.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and wait, you can make vegetables taste good. It's just how you cook it up, and that's how the shows used to be back in the day. They used to cook them up nicely, make them really nice and presentable, that it would entice the kid to actually try it and pay attention and actually learn something from it.
That's a good analogy. You saved yourself with that one. Yeah, at first I was like, where are you going with this? Candy and vegetables? I don't know about all that. But
yeah, with candy, the payoff is right now. You get that high, that sugar high. True. And then there's a crash. I expanded on my metaphors.
Okay. Do you think that, like, do you think there's any going back? Like, or do you think it's just going to get worse and worse as we progress?
I feel like everything that happens in society is like on a pendulum. So when things swing one way, they tend to swing almost in the other complete opposite way. And they kind of find their way in the middle. Like eventually they just slowly dwindle into the middle. So right now I feel like we're just on like such an extreme on one end when it comes to like attention span, like quick stuff, like trying to sell you something quick and get your attention with whatever, that it'll slowly start to swing the other way. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I feel like it'll just continue to do that over time. So yeah, I do see it with in the TikTok realm. It's kind of just like defeating you quickly, like fast food. It's like fast food right now. Yeah. And people are starting to like put more, I guess, effort into their work, at least on YouTube. That's what I'm seeing. And they're kind of, making, instead of fast food, they're giving you like some fine dining material. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I think about it now.
I do get what you mean, but I feel like there are so many different niches where you can actually be successful on TikTok. Like there's the heavily produced, high production quality TikTok that's like, it could be a travel TikTok or whatever, vlogs. There's so many different niches, but then there's also the ones where like someone just rolled out of bed and they turn on the camera and they're like, they tell you a story time, or they, I don't know if you've ever seen Maya and her twin babies that she holds with one hand. No. You haven't seen that?
Oh yeah, on TikTok. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there's like that everyday real life stuff, or there's the type of,
really
a 30-second stuff. Yeah, like a 30-second clip that took you 3 hours to edit, and they both do well.
But I feel like the one that's going to be more appreciated in the future is like that one who's actually really authentic, and you can tell like it's just she's doing it for the love of it and not because she's trying to sell you something. Yeah.
I think people can see your genuinity. Is that a word?
What?
Genuineness?
Yeah,
Your genuineness.
I don't even know if that's a word, but we'll stick
Genuineness is a word because I typed it into my phone the other day and I didn't get a red squiggly line.
Okay.
But genuinity, I did. Is genuinity?
No, that's not a word. That's not a word at all.
Hold up. We about to fact check real quick.
Are you actually gonna fact check genuinity? Like
yes,
that's an actual word?
Genuinity.
There's no. Exactly.
Yeah.
Word hippo. You're gonna use that as your source?
Okay. What about this?
What?
Linguaholic.
No. So if your first results are not Webster's dictionary.
How about Urban Dictionary?
No. Sarah, no, if your first result was not Webster's dictionary, or how Google has that automatic dictionary thing, then it's not a word. Okay.
All right, fine.
Yeah, forget about it.
I really thought it was a word, but I guess not. Damn, I'm kind of disappointed. But anyways, what the point I was trying to make was people can see your genuineness behind the screen.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was trying to get at with the metaphor I was making, because I'm really bad with metaphors. Just
that one,
y'all
the one
probably
that you made wasn't that bad, honestly.
I know, but what I was trying to get at essentially is what you basically broke it down to was you could tell that it's genuine. What they're making is genuine, and people are gonna start gravitating towards that more. Yeah. Than this really just produced inauthentic stuff where they're quick. You can tell they're kind of making it just to
make money.
To make money and selling something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, although the business in using influencers to market your products is a very lucrative one. Yeah. It's not always as well perceived by the audience. It depends on the genuineness of the I was gonna say genuinity. Yeah, you can tell. It depends on the how much the audience trusts that person that they watch. If that person has built trust with their audience where they have recommended whatever product it is in the past, and they know okay, you know what, this person has never led me astray. So if they happen to do a campaign with a company where they're getting paid, I feel like the audience will be like, you know what, collect your coin, I still trust you. Yeah.
And someone with 5 million followers could have almost less influence in the sense when it comes to when you're trying to put something up than someone with 500,000 followers, because the person with 500,000 followers is probably more genuine, and they have more they have more followers that actually trust them. And the material they make, they really trust what they're saying. When someone has there's some out there, I don't want to throw out the names or anything, but there are people with 5 million or even 10 million followers. Yeah, you could tell they probably never even saw the product themselves or ever used it in their life, and they're clearly just putting it out there almost with little effort to kind of sell you it and hope that you use their code or whatever.
You know who is really good at this, and I'm not just saying this because she's my cousin and your sister, but no, I truly, Aisha, Gizman, whatever you guys know her as, is actually the prime example. She's who I was thinking of when I was giving that example, because off camera, she'll text me and tell me, oh my God, I just got this new thing. It's amazing. You should try it. Yeah. And if she happens to do a campaign with that same company and she's recommending it, I sometimes want to go on her videos and be like, guys, she's not lying. I swear I've tried it too. Yeah. So she's a prime example of someone who worked hard to build that trust with her audience. Yeah. And now even if she happens to, and the thing is she'll mention products that she likes, even if it's not sponsored. Yeah. And then if she happens to get a sponsorship for a company that she genuinely likes, why not? That's the perfect type of deal. Yeah. Why force her to? I mean, she would never do it anyway. If she doesn't truly stand behind a product, she wouldn't accept it. But sometimes people, I get it. You got to eat. You got to make your money. Yeah. But if you don't truly stand behind a product, why would you? Why would you try? Would you ever do that?
And hopefully that's the way of the internet, because you see a lot of that happening these days with people.
Would you do that though?
What?
If someone's like, Amir, I'll pay you $20,000 to promote this sweater, and it's the ugliest sweater you've ever seen.
$20,000 though? No. No.
If y'all see Amir rocking some weird looking sweater in the future, just know the 20,000.
Now I'm gonna wear a sweater I genuinely like, but because it looks weird, people are gonna call me out and be like, "You guys think my sweaters are ugly?"
Oh man. But yeah, I don't even know how we got into that topic, but
attention spans, whatever. Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, Amir sent me a TikTok.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did. I know. You actually sent me one. And it was about the person in the TikTok said, you know, people who were born in 1992, aka us, are we okay? You know, we're turning 30 this year.
Oh, I forgot that I sent you that.
Yeah, it was a good video. We're turning 30 this year. We don't really know how we feel about it. The last 2 years of our lives, the last years of our 20s have been hijacked by COVID. Are we all good? Like, all y'all watching, those of you who are 1991 too, I think, because you also finished your 20s in quarantine.
Yeah.
Are we good? Are you good?
Actually, I never thought about it like that. Like, where you're literally spending the last third of your 20s stuck inside to the most part. But I guess it depends on your state of mind, like what you made of it. Because I feel like I benefited the most, honestly, from COVID.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Even though I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I said like, oh, those 3 years didn't count. Or 2 years didn't count. I still learned a lot in those 2 years. I feel like it probably wouldn't be the same if I didn't have COVID or anything's happened. But you can say that about any major event, really. But still, it sucks. But and I'm not saying that like if someone gave me the choice of it not happening, would I choose it? But yeah, everything happens for a reason. That's so like generic.
So generic. Like, you couldn't give me something else.
Yeah, like, would we have the podcast if we didn't have COVID?
Oh my god, imagine.
Like, would I have discovered that I love reading if I didn't have the COVID? Because like I was spending more time just going on my walks every day by myself.
I think the first year of COVID gave everyone the opportunity to finally slow down.
Yeah.
So everyone slowed down. For some, obviously, it wasn't as productive, and that's okay. Like, I don't want to come off as if we're saying like you had to have grown in the last 2 years. No, because it looks different for everyone. I hope that by now, you know, even if the first 2 years were not good or they weren't going so well for you, that, you know, hopefully things are starting to look up for you guys now. I think that it was that slowdown was really good. Yeah. And then 2021, we were kind of just like, you know, still enjoying the ride. Yeah. And now at this point, we're like, all right.
Yeah, we're over it. And I feel like our government is over it too, because they've been making some. Yeah. They've been giving some big hints.
Like, all right, guys.
Like, yo, guys, next week we all out. Okay. But like that, I guess we're talking from like a place of privilege, because you know we weren't affected by it as much as other people were. You know what? Oh. No, I mean like we didn't lose anyone technically from it. At least directly in our family, and like there was nothing that was like life changing that really happened in a negative way, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like we didn't lose our jobs, or I guess you kind of changed jobs, but like true. Did you change jobs?
I'm still at the same company. I just
sorry. I thought that change job happened during COVID. I guess before. It's like right before. No, I can't remember now.
Oh yeah, it was right before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but a lot of people lost jobs, of course, during COVID, and like, but we weren't affected by that, so we were at least able to make the best out of it. So they might say something different when it comes to whether or not you like COVID. But I guess the question itself is more for us, because it's saying, you know, you're turning 30 years here. And have you thought about that? I know we've mentioned it before, like turning 30 this year.
So that was my segue question, was like, you know, with each birthday, do you actually feel different? Like, do you feel like you're older mentally, physically, like emotionally?
Nah, because it's all.
Do you feel exactly the same?
Yeah. Like maybe I make a few more noises. Like I remember I accidentally like had my camera open when I was getting into the car, and it was a video, and all you hear me in the video is like, well, I'm like getting in, I'm like so I'm definitely making more noises.
You know what?
But that's what, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you right about that, because what I was doing when I was like 25, you know, those all-nighters, sitting with horrible posture, that didn't affect me then. No. Now? Yeah. Bruh, after sitting 8 hours a day at a desk, and if I'm sitting like, I know I have horrible posture, but like if I sit in a really uncomfortable way, I'm definitely going to feel it.
Yeah, like it's
kind of scary.
Actively like fix my posture as I'm working. Like I'll feel myself like slowly sliding lower. You know how your butt like starts sliding near the edge of the
You're like
chair,
this?
and you're almost like completely flat by the end of it.
You know how I sit? I sit at the very edge of my seat. I don't even like. I literally bought
Oh no,
an
you need that
ergonomics.
back support.
It's just okay. I think my problem is my desk
Yeah.
because my desk is so low that like the armrests don't really go.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's just easier for me to sit at the edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have horrible posture. I need to get like a back
Mhm.
brace or something.
Yeah, and like it's not only that, it's also I've noticed my recovery time in the gym takes longer. Like if I'm doing like deadlifting, and I always say it's like I'm really bad at this, but I never stretch
You still don't
properly.
stretch?
Like I don't stretch properly at all. I know I have to. I'm doing like really heavy lifting, and I'm doing the minimal amount of stretching that I need to do, like maybe 5 minutes a week.
Do you want to be in pain?
That's the thing. Like I'll be in pain for like a whole week, and I'll be like, all I have to do to fix it is start stretching.
Yeah.
But when it comes to time to do it, I'm like, I don't
You
need
should
to.
incorporate yoga into your routine.
I've been saying that for like 8 years, like 3 years now, but
Let's do
it
yoga
still
after
hasn't
this.
happened.
If no one shows up,
Nah.
oh, by the way, we're having a Super Bowl party after this, but
Yeah, forget what's COVID.
we're following guidelines, I think.
Exactly.
But we'll do yoga after this.
I'm not doing no yoga
No.
after this.
Don't worry. Are you sore today?
What?
Are you sore today?
Nah, not today.
Okay, so like perfect.
Well, like
time.
a little bit. I'm always sore. I'm perpetually sore.
All right, we're gonna do some yoga.
We'll
Trust
see
me,
about that.
you'll thank me later.
I did chest today, and my mobility after chest is like horrible. There are times.
We're gonna help open that, expand the mobility.
No, it's like really bad to where I
Does
can't
that
take a
hurt?
shower. No, I can't take a shower though. Like
Why?
right after the gym. Sometimes I have to wait a couple hours because my pump or like the muscles are so strained just from the workout
Yeah.
that just putting my arm across my chest to like, or like lather and all that stuff causes my muscles to spasm, and like it locks up and I get cramps on my chest. It's the worst thing, and anyone who works out probably has felt this, but cramps on the
No
chest
wonder I can't relate.
are the worst cramps you can get, because like
I've never had that
it's
before.
so weird, and like I can see the actual like the fibers just like cramping on themselves. Is really bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Does it like pulsate? Because it's
yeah, sometimes it does.
Really?
And I can make it like pulsate. Also my bicep and my tricep will cramp up after a workout.
I don't know what that feels like.
If you guys actually followed my workouts and stuff, you may
All right,
know
don't worry. I'm
saying,
getting to it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
getting
just
to it.
body is done. Also, I can't eat as much as I used to. Anyone who knows this, like when you get older, like you used to be
Yeah.
able to finish a whole pizza.
That is okay. No.
Okay, you used to be able to finish like a full burger and fries, which is simple. It seems simple enough,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I literally I would buy a burger and fries, and I would maybe eat like 1 or 2 fries, finish the burger, and I would be done. I can't even finish the fries. I'll have to save them for the next day because I'm just so full. I can't eat as much as I used to.
The type of burgers that you get, I wouldn't.
Oh
be
yeah, I
able
do
to
get
eat
the
them
biggest
anyway.
burger possible.
Yeah, like with like 15 patties or something.
But
in it.
still, even when I used to do that, I was able to finish it no problem, and on top of that, eat like cake afterwards.
How?
I don't know.
Like the thought of that just made my stomach feel
Yeah,
uneasy.
it was really, and that was only just a few years ago. And now I can't do it anymore.
Dang.
Yeah, there's smaller things that change. It's all like it builds up over time, like very, very slowly. You don't even notice it because you're seeing yourself every day.
No, but like okay, physical changes, yes.
Yeah.
What about like mental changes? Like, don't you feel older?
Nah.
Your perspective on life doesn't change.
Nah. My main perspective changes, but like I don't
You don't
feel
wait until your
mentally
birthday.
older, if that makes sense. Like I don't think like an adult or whatever you might see that
No, but like
is.
for the longest time,
Yeah.
even in my early to mid 20s, I still looked at myself as if I was like in high school or university. Like I still felt like I was young,
Oh, okay, in that sense.
And then one day, like
Yeah.
I think it might have been when I turned like 28 or something.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, I'm really in this.
Yeah.
I'm really an adult.
Yeah.
I can no longer check off the like 18 to 25 box.
Well, like even then, we still haven't really technically started quote unquote life. Like
I know.
that's the thing. Like you realize
I mean,
there's so
no.
much more to life.
We live in, okay? We
Yeah.
live in, but we're just not at those chapters where you think my
Exactly.
life has started. Where you think my life has started.
Yeah.
Our life has started. We're
Yeah.
just.
But I know that the major change in my brain will happen when I actually like have a family,
Yeah.
start having kids,
Yeah,
inshallah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because they even say like your brain chemistry changes once you start having kids or once you have a kid, because like
Yeah.
your the way you think is not really for yourself anymore, right?
Exactly.
You're thinking for your family and all of that. Like everything else comes before what you're thinking.
Even the shift of like being single to being in a marriage.
Yeah.
Where you have you're for a man, I guess, where you're
Yeah.
kind of responsible for your wife.
Yeah.
So even that will change how you think and your perspective on
Exactly.
life. And then when you have kids, it's like now you're really responsible for this like this
Mhm.
this child is, you are responsible for literally making them live.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and I feel like that's when I really start
that
to feel
stresses
like
me out.
really.
Like, oh my god, I have to keep this kid alive.
Yeah, and but your brain will apparently have like some YouTubers that I've watched that have had kids, or even from our own cousin. Like, yeah, you can tell like your whole thinking changes.
That's true.
You know what you feel like is important.
Yeah,
What you prioritize is all going to change.
that's true.
Yeah, so
That's
we
very
really
true.
haven't. We're still on like level 10 or level 5, whatever the starting area is. We're still in the starting lobby of life.
You don't think we're midway?
Huh?
You don't think we're midway?
No, we're still in like the training montage. Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. We haven't pressed start game yet.
Exactly. Yeah. We're
Look at that. I made a reference that you get. Look at that, guys.
Yeah, but we still got a lot to go. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
What would you say is like advice, like, because you're now in your last year of your 20s, what advice would you give to your younger self? I love that question because it really makes you like reflect on everything you just, the last 10 years of your life or so. 20
But
years.
my things are like more like practical things.
Like what?
Like get into the trades early.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Because not all of our audience is our age, right? Some of them could be a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Or even the same age and still might benefit from your advice. So share it.
Yeah, get into the trades early. Start investing early. Basically start working on being independent like as early as possible. Like all that money that I made when I started my job when I was 15, I wish I like saved most of it instead of spending it like when I went to college on food and all that stuff.
But don't you feel like gaining independence too early takes away your innocence and your youth? Like your
No.
Innocence
and youth, that's all like garbage. Like
what do you mean?
Like liberal stuff, okay?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
We're adults by the age of 13, okay?
No, we are not. No, we are not.
Islamically, or was it 15? Sorry.
15.
Yeah.
No, but
like, okay, no, when I say independence, I don't mean like from family and friends. I mean like from ever having to
like
have a boss.
self-sustaining?
Yeah, ever having to have a boss, like work on other ways of income where it doesn't require you to take orders from someone else. If that makes sense.
Oh, you mean like work on
like multiple streams of income. Like try and use whatever, because at an early age, I've said this before, at an early age you have the most chances to make as many mistakes as you can.
That's true. Yeah.
So take those chances.
Yeah.
Start a business. If you have any ideas, start whatever you.
No one's gonna take you seriously at 15.
It doesn't matter. You're 15.
Yeah,
if you make a mistake, you're gonna be what, 17, and you're still a kid. If you make another mistake, what are you gonna be, 19 or 18?
Yeah.
You have so many chances, right?
You're right.
And
that's solid advice.
Yeah, thankfully we have like families who support us, so they're gonna be like, okay, you can still live with us. I'm not gonna kick you out of the house.
That's true. I mean, they might if you keep wasting all their money on these experiments.
Well, like I'm telling you, work your own job and make your own money.
Yeah, and then use
and
that
save your money. Yeah, and use that to invest. Like I wish like I invested properly early in a house. These are all like physical things.
Yeah.
Mentally, I don't know what I would tell myself. I don't know. What would I tell myself mentally? What would you tell yourself, your younger self? Not on a physical sense of what to do, like what to do out in the world, but like mentally, how would you? What would you advise yourself?
Ooh, you know what I would tell myself? I would tell myself that you don't have to try to save everybody. Because when I used to do that a lot when I was younger. Yeah, I think I would tell myself you don't have to save everybody. And honestly, like, I know I've said this before, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. Like, until you invest in yourself in whatever way that looks, you literally cannot be there for other people, no matter how hard you try. Like, it's kind of like the dragon who tries to blow fire, but all that comes out is smoke, because there's no gas,
Yeah.
there's no fuel. I think aside from that, I would also say, especially because like I feel like I was always really sensitive as a kid, and like younger as a teen and early 20s. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being sensitive, but I think I would tell myself to learn how to process and deal with those emotions, because sometimes things happen to us, we feel how we feel, and we kind of just sit with that emotion and don't really do anything about it. And then you kind of just either forget about it or something else distracts you and it takes your attention away from how you're feeling, and it kind of just bottles up and festers, and then you have childhood traumas, and then you become an adult and you're like, well, damn it.
Yeah.
So
okay, I'll do that same thing.
Yeah, I would say that.
Just tell yourself like, yo, just you bottle it up now, it's gonna come up some sooner or later.
Yeah, and I think we spoke about this in our mental health episode with the guys, but I don't want to put the blame on our parents to say, well, we didn't know how, but that's really what it is though. We didn't know how to deal with it. I think I'm saying this now because now I've learned.
Yeah.
But if it was possible for me to advise myself, then that's what I would tell myself. Like, these are the tools you're gonna need in the future.
Yeah.
So proceed accordingly.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually. I'm gonna steal your idea. That's how
I was gonna steal yours too. To be honest.
Yeah, so you're sharing here, sharing ideas.
Yeah.
Yes, but I feel like I would really set it. I always think about that though. That's the thing. When you mention that, I always think about that. Like, oh, if only I just did this like 10 years earlier.
Yeah. And I thought about that with like job, saving money, learning how to be independent. Because I feel like I've just now learned how to be independent in the last like 5 years of my life, which is, it's kind of sad. But
But the thing that I can look forward to is that now that I know all these things, I can pass these things on to my future kids or generations.
Yeah.
Because our parents didn't know about these ways of kind of like not only saving, but just how to balance multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
And where to invest your money correctly to gain the most from it. We used to just think, just keep it
the mattress.
in the mattress or something, or save it somewhere.
Yeah.
Have someone hold it for you, and then you can maybe borrow it later, that kind of thing. But there's so many ways you can double it up just by letting it sit there most of the time. And
that's true.
Yeah. So there's definitely our future generations definitely will benefit from this, and that's what I look forward
Inshallah.
to.
Yeah. I also have another interesting question for you. I don't know how to word it, so maybe we can like tweak it, but it says here, how do you act or react when you're finally at the end of the tunnel? So normally, if you guys have listened to our Hitting Rock Bottom episode, we focus so much on the actual hitting rock bottom. But what's it like when you're going through that dark tunnel and you finally reach the end of the light? Like, when they said the light at the end of the tunnel, like, how do you ever have those moments where you kind of have like an epiphany and you sit there and you're like, wow, I really made it. Like, I'm out here.
Yeah, actually I do. Like, I somewhat have those moments, and I like at that point I'm like, you know what? Like, even though it kind of sucked at that time, there's always, if it ever happens in the future, I know that everything passes with time, and things will get better. Inshallah, like things will get better. So you can kind of look forward to that and realize, okay, maybe you're going through these feelings right now. Let yourself feel them, but like eventually you won't be feeling these things anymore. You'll feel better. Hopefully, whatever is bothering you will be gone, or not be gone, but at least will be resolved.
Yeah,
and you can move on with your life, and that's kind of like what keeps you positive in whatever situation you find yourself in.
Do you ever feel like when you come out of that, you're like, wow, I really am resilient. Like, I really did grow from this? Or
yeah, I definitely felt that. Like, after, I think we mentioned that in like the earlier podcast, like after when COVID started, I started like reading more and like learning more and trying to become a better person in a way. So yeah, I definitely have those thoughts now where I'm like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
And this kind of goes back to the whole of like, if COVID didn't happen, would I have gone through all of this? Like, it kind of maybe think about it and feel blessed for being able to even go through it, if that makes sense. Yeah. See?
Self-actualization right there.
Exactly.
That's really good.
Yeah, I still have work to do.
Yeah.
But like I've at least taken like 5 steps ahead, you know? I haven't taken steps back, if that makes sense.
Do you feel like COVID taught you to be more introspective?
I've always been introspective though.
But like in a way where you actually allow yourself to slow down for a minute and like work on yourself?
Yeah, like I was introspective before where I knew the problems, but COVID gave me the time to actually act on them, if that makes sense.
So do you feel like going forward into your 30s and 40s, inshallah, like, do you feel like you're going to allow yourself to have that time again, like to slow down if needed, to work on yourself if needed? Because you're already introspective. So you can already pinpoint, oh, you know what, like I need to really fix this. Like, are you just going to acknowledge it and then move on? Or are you going to acknowledge it and then work on it and then...
I think I'm going to work on it more.
That's good.
Like now I'm kind of there. Like I acknowledge it and then sort of start to work on it, but I'm not 100% there. So
that's okay. Baby steps.
Exactly. Before I would just ignored it completely.
You're like, yeah, whatever. It's messed up, but it is
exactly.
It's how I am.
It is what it is. That's what I said.
That's okay.
How about for you?
Yeah. So and it comes in the most random moments, like. You know, after you go through a dark place, because there are times where when you're in that tunnel, you actually don't see the light. So you're just in darkness and you don't know if you're ever going to come out. It's very daunting. I know it's a shitty feeling, but when you eventually start to see like the little pokes of the sun rays, and I'm speaking figuratively, like whatever your situation is, of course, when you finally start to see the light, you're like, oh no, I don't want to see the light, you know, but something usually, you know, you would hope that something pulls you towards the light, and that's your motivation to heal, to learn, to grow. And when you finally are like in the full-on sunshine, sometimes like I don't even realize it until weeks, months, years later, and I'm like, wow, like I'm really in this. Like I'm gonna keep using that statement, because like when you stop and like actually appreciate where you are in the present, if you're in a good place, all you can really say is like, first of all, alhamdulillah, like thank God that I am able to reach this point in my life. And when it makes me feel like resilient, like I'm kind of like proud, but I'm also trying to remember all the steps that I took to get to this point, because if I'm ever back in that tunnel again, it's kind of like following a map. Obviously no two roads are the same. That was good. No two roads are the same. But if you kind of know, like, all right, you know, last time I took this turn, like, let me try it and see if it works for me. You can only go one way or the other. So, you know, you're not going in completely blind the next time around, especially if you kind of have the tools to navigate. So
now you have a flashlight.
Now you have a battery.
Exactly. Now you have a battery.
but yeah, so I mean, I had that moment, like, I think it was like a week or two ago. And that's why when I wrote this point down, like I thought of that and I was just like, wow, wow, this is nice.
You have found the promised land.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, don't worry about these points. This is just my notes from Rogers.
Oh, shoot. But, yeah, I feel like we've learned a lot on this one, but
I have book recommendations.
Okay, go ahead.
On this topic. For once, it's not a mirror. So, this one actually, it's funny because I was talking to a friend right after I had done the brainstorming session for this week's episode, and she was telling me that she has a business venture that I thought the story was very endearing. She actually named the name is like a combination of her two daughters' names. It's like something for them. Yeah. So Layali.
Okay. Yeah, that's a cool name.
Nice thing. But she has different journals that are actually available on Amazon. Different types, some for Ramadan. I got this one. It says all praises due to Rabbul Alameen gratitude journal. Rabbul Alameen just means the Lord of the world. Oh yeah, let me hold it up here. Maybe we'll and so you know, I purchased it and I'm definitely going to use it. I just got it this morning. It's actually a notebook, I believe. Yeah, it's a notebook where you can practice gratitude, because I find that when you are stressed, you're going through something, if you're feeling like you're stuck in a rut, I find that practicing gratitude really, and a lot of people have said this, I've seen it everywhere online, practicing gratitude really helps to ground you and also reminds you of the blessings that you already have. And then it almost like instills like motivation to do better, I find. So yeah, this is the first recommendation. It's not really a book, but it's a journal. And the second one was actually recommended to me by my therapist. It's called Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nedra Glover Tawwab. It's a New York Times bestseller. So,
put it up.
Oh yeah, let me hold it up here. So this is the book.
Oh, I just realized I always put it in the background anyways.
All right, well, it's gonna be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started this book. It's actually really eye-opening, and I realized that I have an issue with boundaries, which is also another thing I would advise my younger self is like, girl, set your boundaries.
We both have the issues then.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that last week.
So yeah, I mean, I know that we've previously talked about like maybe doing a book club. Yeah, that's like a goal for the end half of this year or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, you're not gonna mention what
it's about?
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't read the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you're kind of just starting it right now.
Just starting it. Sorry.
Not put you on blast like that.
I know, right?
She'll give you a full review when she finishes it.
I'll tell you what the back says. End the struggle. Speak up for what you need and experience the freedom of being truly yourself.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll have to steal that from you when you're done with it.
I got you.
I had something to say too, but like,
my bad.
I feel like it's like too lighthearted.
No, say it.
We really went through.
No, it's okay. Just say it. Go for it.
No, and it also goes through like my whole awkward thing again.
Do it.
Nah,
that's okay.
I feel like we have a whole segment dedicated to like awkwardness.
You know what? I think you should go for it because we started the podcast on a really funny note, and we should end it.
Okay, so let's say because this happened to me. Let's say you're walking on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And you see someone from like 30 feet away and you recognize them. What do you do for that 30 feet when you're walking up to them? Because I am literally so awkward that if I see someone and I notice they haven't seen me yet, I will cross the street and leave.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Yesterday I was at Costco.
Yeah.
And we were in the business center.
Yeah.
So in the meat section in the freezer. It's not that far apart, right?
Yeah.
I was on one side and there's this lady on the other side. I thought I knew who she was, so I was like, oh. So I just looked the other way. But this is how I was walking. And then
so there's no chance of eye contact.
I was hoping that by the time I made my rounds, she would be gone.
Yeah.
At one point, because I was looking the other way for so long, I almost bumped into her. And then I looked at her. Yeah. I didn't even know who she was.
Oh my God, Sarah.
So I was like, wow, it's really that bad.
Yeah.
But okay, yours where you're like walking.
Yeah.
That's awkward. And I started laughing because like, do you just like smile the whole time?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What do you do? Like, I literally will like, I'll try and start a conversation as I'm walking up to them.
Why? So you're yelling from 30 feet away?
Yeah.
Like, how are the wife and kids?
I'll start like, or what I'll do awkwardly is I'll see them, I'll acknowledge them, and then I'll look down to the ground the whole time walking up to them until I get to them and then say hi.
Why would you do that?
Or I'll like awkwardly like stare in the corner.
You gotta pretend like you're on your phone or something. Just be like,
or I'll pull out the phone. And start acting like, I have something important before I say hi to you. I got something on my phone here.
First of all, why would you acknowledge them from that far away?
Well, I first try not to, but then when you make that eye contact.
Oh. Like do you run him here? Like,
sometimes I'll run.
You run to them?
No, I won't. Okay, no, I won't run.
What is this, a Bollywood movie?
No,
like,
I won't run, but like, or I'll try and act like I haven't seen them until I get close enough to where we can hear each other. And then I'll say something.
That's so awkward.
Exactly.
I hope that never happens to me.
That doesn't happen to you? It happens to me almost because I go on a walk every day. And of course, it's in my own neighborhood. So I'm going to see people I know in my neighborhood. So it happens almost every day to the point where I just stopped.
You're nice, though.
There's literally a route I stopped taking because I would see someone every day and have to interact with them. That's how bad it is. And like, and also, sorry, were you going to say something there?
No.
Okay, what do you do if you're walking up to someone but you don't know them? It's a stranger. And like you've made eye contact and you're like walking up to each other on the sidewalk. Like even then I don't know what to do. I'm like, and do you say hi? Like usually it comes out. It's so bad.
You say
like,
hi?
No. I'll start walking and like I won't know if like they're gonna say hi, and like I don't know if I should say hi. So usually by the time I get to them and say hi, it comes out like a whisper. I'm like, hey. It's like it's super like broken and like uneven. And like because I'm wearing a hat in the winter, I have earphones on.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's rude for me to keep my earphones on, because in my mind I'm like, oh, how about if they say hi and like I don't hear them? So like they get mad because I didn't reply with a hi. So I'll make sure they see me. I'll take out my earphone and start walking, and then when they say something, I'm like, oh hey, like I'll like awkwardly say hi.
Why would you go?
I don't know, man. It's just who I am. It's just
Really?
how I am. Yeah.
See, you're too nice. Me?
Yeah.
Listen, okay? I almost broke my neck looking the other way at Costco. So that's what I'm sticking with that.
No, but there are times where I'll actively try not to make eye contact.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want that awkward interaction. Because I know that I'm an awkward guy.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't want to awkwardly have a conversation with someone really quickly, because I don't know how long they want to have a conversation for. I don't know what they want to catch up on.
I guess it depends. Like sometimes I feel social.
Yeah.
So I'll go out of my way to be like, hi. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I'll be that person.
I'm never in that mood.
I've done it like once or twice.
Really?
Yeah. I feel bad now because I don't know how the other person took it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever.
I did it anyway.
Exactly.
But me, if I'm like not feeling social, like this day,
Yeah.
like I thought it was, and I was like, oh, I don't do it.
Exactly. But it's the worst. On a sidewalk, I feel like you're kind of...
You're doomed.
You're doomed, because especially in the winter and there's
Yeah.
no one else there. So
Yeah,
there's no chance that they didn't see you at that point. And like, I don't know, it's just super awkward now. And like the worst part is like when there's people in the summer, you know how people sit on their porch or balcony?
Oh, yeah.
So there are a few people that I know in the neighborhood. So when I'm walking by, I try and like say hi. But
You're
sometimes
so nice.
that's the thing. Being nice to me makes me super... being nice also makes me super awkward, because I don't know if like... I usually don't want to say anything, but I do want to say something. So my mind has like a conflict, to the point where by the time I get to that interaction, or when I get to like the precipice of that point, and whether I do something or not...
That's a new word.
Huh?
Precipice.
Exactly. Or the climax of that meeting.
Yeah.
My brain is like, don't say something, say something, don't say something, say something. And then it comes out as some like mumble jumble and just makes it even more awkward.
I understand if it's someone you know, but you said like you literally take out your headphones for a stranger, like people you don't know.
Because I know that I don't know if they're going to say hi or not.
But why would they?
Maybe they're nice and they want to say hi. Canadians are nice.
Can't you just like...
Yeah, sometimes I'll nod.
Do one of these?
But if
The
you're passing
eyebrows?
by, I feel like you're obligated to say hi. But like...
I mean, yeah, sometimes... Okay,
Yeah.
it depends on how long the eye contact lasts. If you meet eyes and then you look away fast, they're not going to say hi to you. But if they kind of look at you and then they give you kind eyes, like they raise their eyebrows, then you could be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Good.
But that's
Good.
how awkward I am, because I'll look at them, make eye contact, and I'll
Yeah.
look away. And then I'll continue to look at them to see if they're looking at me. But then they're still making eye contact. So it just looks like me walking up to someone, not making eye contact, making eye contact. Not making eye contact, making eye contact. So they probably think I'm crazy by the time I get to them.
They're probably scared of you. And then when you
Yeah.
take out your headphones, they're like, oh, shit. This is the day it's happening. He's going to kill me.
Like sometimes I'll have coffee in my hand. And like I'll purposely start drinking it as they're passing me, so I don't look at them or anything.
I mean,
You know what? I'm going to end this before I make myself even look worse.
you know what, though?
Yeah.
I have realized in the last 2 weeks, we have really spoken about our anxiety, our social anxiety, and our awkwardness, that it's really comforting to see all of you who totally know where we're coming
from. I
from.
do not have it together socially, guys. I'm trying to make it look like I do, but I really don't.
you I think do a better job at it than me, because you're actually very like, I can hear the internal conflict that you're going through, and I witnessed it too.
Yeah.
You know? So like me, I'm more of I'm just gonna avoid. You're like, should I not?
And that's what makes it even worse, because in my mind I'm like, I want to, like, it's not even exactly that I want to, but like I feel the need to, which may mean that I want to. I don't know. That's where the conflict happens, and then it just makes every interaction with someone, even if it's someone I don't know, super awkward at first.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, and then slowly I start. If there's more interactions, I slowly start to make it less awkward because I become more comfortable. What? Why'd you say?
Because
What?
I just realized. Oh, I just realized what I forgot.
What?
I left my house and I was
Yeah.
like, I think I got everything.
Yeah.
And tell me why right now. I just remembered that I forgot the salsa. I'm about to text my. I'm gonna text my brother. Hold on.
Oh my God, guys! Sarah forgot the salsa.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna text him right now. Anyways, let's.
I'm going to the shop.
Let's. No, I'll text my brother.
Oh,
He's
really?
coming.
Okay. But yeah, thank you again, guys, for listening. I don't know, man. We're too comfortable at this point.
Our thumbnail's gonna be me and Tostitos salsa.
Exactly. But yeah, so thank you again for listening. Hopefully some of that was entertaining to y'all.
Yeah.
Remember, you can follow us on all our social platforms at Cousin Connection Pod. That includes Instagram, TikTok. On YouTube, it's Cousin Connection Podcast, but just search it and you'll find it. Make sure to subscribe on there. Click the notification bell button. Mm-hmm. If you want it, I feel like we should start putting shorts on there too. Like just using, because I don't know if some of the people on YouTube aren't exactly getting all our stuff on the other platforms. So you can see all the clips that we're making and like the little editing tricks I put in there sometimes.
That reminds me, I actually told someone that I would give her a shout out because she said she has multiple Gmails and she followed us on every single, or subscribed on every single one.
Shout out to you. Who is that?
It was Suma Chrono. Wait, was that her? Suma Chrono? Pretty sure it's you. Yep, I have a few Gmail accounts. I'm following you guys.
Shout out to Suma Chrono.
Chrono.
What? I wonder what background that name is from.
I'm not too sure, but
I'm gonna have to search that up after. But
shout out to you because you are a real one. And you know what? Maybe we will start doing shout outs. I noticed that if you guys would love to give us a rating on Apple Podcasts, leave us a comment, tell us what you like about our podcast. We might go through those and give you all a shout out too.
And sorry if you start getting ads on the audio now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry guys.
Hey, we're trying to build more, get more better what do you call it again? Equipment here, okay? And that requires money. We do not have, okay?
And think of it this way. We're just trying to elevate our content.
Exactly.
And the Cousin Connection brand,
Exactly.
Stay tuned for future things.
Well, I don't know what those future things are, but
me neither.
We'll see. Exactly.
I was trying to be what
all secretive is we don't really have anything planned.
We don't have anything planned.
Yeah, but thanks again for listening, guys. Remember, follow us on all the platforms, and yeah, should be good.
Bye.